Tim, where are you at?
I'm in a hotel at an undisclosed location.
I can tell by the lamps. Isn't that funny? Interesting.
If
Okay.
you see to my back, there are two lamps.
Oh, not the not the stewardess.
I
Not the stewardess. Oh my gosh.
mean, she can do a lot of jobs. She's
She
Barbie.
can. So Tim, we won't get into the details of why said hotel is happening.
No, we're
But
not doing that.
no, but how are you? Are you okay?
I am better than I've been this whole entire week.
Oh, good. Good, good, good. That's good to know.
So, in honor of Women's History Month, wait,
Mhm.
are we on the podcast?
It's recording right now, yeah.
So, in honor of Women's History Month, I have a woman-owned brand. It's called Uptown Wine Cocktails.
Ooh.
Please, Jesus, don't be somebody who hates Black people. But yeah, it is the chocolatini. Um,
Ooh.
Apparently, in this undisclosed place, they allow ready-to-drink cocktails to be bought in the grocery store.
Oh, the grocery store where it has it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the just plain ass grocery store. Um,
To our listeners in France and Lebanon, are in Virginia, the liquor and stuff is sold separate. So
yeah,
you can get wine and beer at a grocery store, but you can't get cocktails and like liquor-based drinks there.
yeah,
Those are separate. But depending on the state you're in the USA,
yes.
you
Here you can get liquor right smack dab near the wine.
ooh,
The purple. I was gonna get our purple rain, but
yes.
I opted for a cocktail because I had never experienced that. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
pour me a little bit of it.
That's right.
See? Oh yeah,
Oh.
similar.
Just
Cheers
boop.
to Cup and Chub. That's not bad. It's very alcoholic.
Oh yeah. So one of the things about like the pre-made cream based or dairy based ones,
Yeah,
you can get that whiff of the vodka or the rum like
yeah,
right off.
it's
Yeah.
there. It's 13.9%.
Oh
So
Lord.
we'll see how I feel at the end of this.
All right. Nice. Maybe this will be our opening going forward is you trying different.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Other people need to know what's going
Yes.
on without knowing where I am.
That's right. So Tim, I know you're on this kind of staycation at your hotel.
Yes,
Um
an ambiance of blessed, busy, and highly favored. Yes.
what do you do in the past of time while you're there? Are you watching anything? What are you doing?
So, being in a hotel means that I have cable.
Oh, yes.
And cable means TLC. I have not seen the TLC channel in,
Wow.
in so long, and I forgot about my sisters, the 1,000 pound sisters.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Girl, they
yeah.
have children.
Oh, yes. Yes, they do.
I was like, okay, sis, we're doing good. And then the girl got on the she was like, I'm so fat. And she was correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, and I was like, oh, okay. And then she stepped on the scale and she went but 281 pounds. I was like, dang, how short are you?
Oh, shorty. Oh, okay. Very
So
short,
I'm
but
like, you must be really short. But I mean, obviously I don't know these people, so I don't know how short they are. I just know how much I weigh and what
yeah.
I look like and what they look like. And when she stepped on the scale, I wasn't expecting a 280.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because in seventh grade I was 280 pounds. But like,
So for everybody out there, I believe Tim, let me know if I'm wrong here, but me and Tim don't typically find the word fat offensive. We've definitely moved into like big, fat, voluptuous, like
yeah, so
we
fat is a description to me.
yeah, yeah. So when we say fat, we are not trying to shame or put down anybody because we identify as fat, big people.
Yeah.
So just
I
putting
mean,
that
I'm
out
a
there.
chub. I'm the chub in Cub and Chub. Yeah.
Right. And the cub is also kind of a chub. So it's totally
I mean,
So
you're a bear. You're a
bear.
bear cub. You're adorable.
Yeah. So we
You
are
are wearing that Sunnydale. I love it.
that's right, my Buffy. Yeah, but we're part of the crew that are not no longer trying to be offended by the word fat. We
No, because it's
know
not offensive. It can be offensive to
right.
some people, and I understand that. And if it is, please don't think of it as me trying to come for you or whoever.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's right. We are not offended by the term fat unless you want to be offensive with the term fat. In which
Exactly.
case, we will come for you. Right?
Yes.
The
And I'll
term
come for your eyebrows. I'll come for your parents. I'll
that's
come
right.
for your children. I have no
Yeah.
I have no
No.
line. So
The term black is not offensive unless you say it out your mouth a certain way. And we know
exactly.
what you mean, and then we're coming for you.
Yes. Beat that.
No! Wow.
Talking
And the
about my Nubian queen.
oh no.
I
Yeah.
was like, you just called me a princess, and I am mad.
So we're opening up hot here today. We're using our beeps.
We're
using our
using
beep beep beep
beep.
beep beep beep.
You just
But-
called me bad things
That's
because I am a black,
black.
blackety black.
I won't-
Even
I
though,
won't-
this light is not giving, it's giving a little washed.
It's all right.
But
Hotel
I'm
light.
watching the blood of the melanin. And
Hotel light, totally fine. Tim, we're here today to talk about fitness.
as we talk about how fat we are and how pretty and how hot and thick
That's
we
right.
are.
We're talking about all the big F's in our lives, fat and fitness.
Listen,
So we're gonna get on a roll, but before we do, you got something you want to say, Tim?
hi, I'm Tim
And I'm Bear, and this is Cub.
and Chubb.
Yeah. Yay! Okay.
This is a shit show. Hey!
Hello.
So, as y'all know, we are talking about fitness today. This
Aren't
should
you-
be interesting.
Aren't we super excited about talking about fitness, Tim?
Speaking of that, when did you realize you were not fit?
When did I realize I was not fit?
Or when did you first realize it? What
Yeah.
was the realization that, girl, I'm not up to par with these standards?
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to some of our talk about awareness of our bodies, right? A little bit, because I always equated being bigger to not being healthy, right?
Yeah.
And I think we are both old enough now to know that just because someone's big, don't mean that they can't be healthy.
Move that body around.
Move and be athletic, right? So
Being a part of rugby showed me all types of bodies are fit or at whatever size.
fit. That's right. So, but as a kid, it was really weird because my dad as a kid, I don't know that I wouldn't say he was like skin and bones. He wasn't like super skinny, but he was fit and he was
Yeah.
playing football and basketball and
He was sporty.
he was a sporty spice. And my mom, who has pretty much maintained her weight her entire life, also fit is not something I wouldn't say she was very athletic, but I
She just had a physique that was on the thinner side.
yeah, I appropriated her body size to her health.
Mhm.
And then I saw me, and I'm a big kid, right? Like, I'm a big boy, and my parents don't look like that. And I was so confused. And my sisters, who again growing up were like both string beans, I'm like, what the hell? And then I look at my family history. Like I was lucky enough to know my great grandparents growing up,
Yeah.
and
Congrats.
my let's see here, my dad's parents, Boo Boo and Paw Paw from Saltville, Virginia. Boo Boo and Paw Paw. How dare you? How dare you?
I love
How dare
it.
you?
It's giving all that I need to know.
I can't believe you. And yes, Boo Boo and Papa. Papa was with us until I was 16, and Boo Boo was with us until 2006. So like I was like 23, but we were there every summer, so I knew them. Papa, string bean, like not a piece of fat on him.
Mm-hmm.
And Boo Boo had some curves. Boo Boo was
Bang bang into the room.
Boo Boo was a curvaceous lady.
Yeah.
And my grandfather, my dad's dad, was also a larger guy. He suffered from diabetes and had wasn't very big on his food intake and stuff, similar to some of the things I struggle with. So there are like plus size bigger people in my family history, but my immediate family, I'm over here like, what happened?
You look to your left.
That's
you look
right.
to your right.
And then look at this. And again, I'm much more comfortable now. But as a kid, I was like, man, I feel off. And then my dad, who was very athletic, my dad is a master, a jack of all trades, I would say. He's very into learning new things and dabbling in a little bit of everything, right?
Yes.
So he loves playing sports and he loves listening to music, and he'll pick up the guitar and then he'll read a book on chess and he'll become a chess master, and then he'll learn how to grow sprouts, and now he's got a green thumb. So he's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
But part of that is that he does have a love of sports and athleticism, and he has a physique that allows that. And so as a kid, like I played baseball for 7 years. I was in basketball. Can you picture my
Actually, I can, because there's always that chubby kid.
There's always the chubby center. The chubby center. Just get.
I was the chubby center.
Yes, just get to the center and stay, and just wave your hands like this. Oh my god!
Don't wave your hands, because that's how I like clotheslined a little girl.
And that's the thing. It's like when you got to get physical, get the chubby kid out there to block it.
I didn't have mean to. I cried.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. Well, no, but
You're like, I had no feeling about it.
I had no feeling about it. I just wanted to be in the outfield, sitting down with my headphones and listening to music, and I had to like catch the ball, and I just wasn't ever very athletic. I didn't ever have the coordination or that kind of mental fortitude to deal with that.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't very good at it. And I knew that at age 5. Oh, Tim, can I tell you my favorite story about my athleticism?
Always.
Oh my gosh. And I hope Dad hears this. Oh my God. So
Hi, Dad.
Hello, Dad. So I think I was 4 or 5, probably more 5, and Dad had signed me up for a soccer league, for like a young kids soccer league. And I went there. I was with Jessica, my older sister, and I even think my cousin Al was also, not my boyfriend Al, but my cousin Al, was also signed up for this league, and like we were going together. It kind of seemed like a family event in my brain. But we get to the park. I go out in the field and we do like a warm up or something, and we go to kick the ball around and just get on the field and go play with the kids, Bear. And I do a lap. I go out in the field. I run down the field. And I run back, and I walked right back to my dad, and I was like, what is this on my arm? And he's like, that's sweat. And I said, no.
Yes, young bear. Yes.
We won't be doing this today. No, this...
So I just had a good bath.
What is sweat? Is that how you say sweat? I won't be doing that.
I
And
was like, ugh, perspiration.
my soccer playing lasted exactly however long it took me to run down
Hmm.
that field. So that's what we're
Absolutely.
dealing with from an athleticism standpoint. That's the kind of fit me and Tim are talking about today. That's what I'm dealing with. Tim, what about you? Like, as a kid, like, what were you dealing with
So
fitness and your athleticism? What?
I'm a little bit of the opposite. Both of my parents were fat. Like they were big,
Mm-hmm.
like how I am now. Like how I present to this day
Yeah.
is how they were as I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
We ate, we ate good, we ate often.
Yeah.
Um, and we had no qualms about it up until maybe I want to say I was maybe like 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom would always just be like, "Don't you want to go outside and run around the house like 10 times?" and stuff like that. And I was like, "No." like I want to sit right here. And I thought it at one point I thought it was because I was like, she just tired of me being around and not the
Yeah.
act of I'm noticing that you're getting big. But I was the type to just sit in front of my mama, talk to her while she was baking cakes and stuff and eating flour. Like
Right.
I was that kid. So it
What was some of that? Because I think you mentioned in another podcast that at one point you guys had gone to the doctors, and the doctors had made a comment about your weight, and
so that was 5th grade when he made the comment.
right.
That's when I was 199 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was 10 years old, and he was like, "You're gonna, like you are too big. You need to be, getting this weight off of you," and like really kind of like shaming my mom about it. But my mama won't having it. Like
Right.
she was very much like, "Girl, we all big, and we gonna stay big, and it is what it is." Like he just a big boy. But at the same time, also like trying to encourage that I be more active.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then like in middle school, my dad, and I don't know how much of this was like me needing to be active or me like trying him trying to make me more manly or
Mm.
more masculine, if you will.
Which is a lot of time tied up in this idea of fitness and athleticism, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And so he signed me up for basketball, signed me up for football, and promised me that if I, participated, that he would come to every game. I
Mm-hmm.
did. It was 6th grade, I did football. 7th grade, I did basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Hated every minute of it.
Yeah.
Because I am not athletic. Um, it and I don't like to run if I don't have to. So it was very much like I'll do this because my dad is telling me that I have to do it, and then he ended up not coming to any of them, so I didn't have to do it ever again. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
because it was one of those things where it was like, yeah, you said you was coming and you didn't. So now I understand it's because child he had to work,
Sure.
but also like
Was
thanks God he
but did
never
he
wants me
have
to
any?
do
Did
that.
he have any connection to sports? Did he grow up playing sports or have an affinity for
So
it?
unbeknownst to me, up until maybe like 1920 when I saw like pictures of him, I
Up until 19, 20 years old.
I went me at 19,
Sorry.
19 or 20.
Sorry. Up until about 1920, 1921.
Back in the day when I was a baby.
Right.
Um
Sorry.
so me being 19 years old or 20 years old, I can't remember. Um, I started seeing, pictures of them being younger, and he was quite fit. He was in the army in his early 20s.
Mm,
So he was very fit. My mother, however, has always been the more voluptuous.
yeah.
Um, So fortunately for me, shout out to all the people who have enjoyed it. I have, taken upon my mother's body. So yeah.
Did you so having parents who were bigger most of the time that you knew them,
Mhm.
did you, besides like, the occasional push from your mom to maybe get up and move around or something, did you ever get the feeling that, did they ever make you feel big, or did you feel like you were connected with them because you were everybody was kind of big in your family?
Everybody was kind of big in my family, but the kids, everybody else's kids were like a little bit older than me. Well, a lot of bit older than me, at least, 15, 20 years. So they were fitter, like if that makes
Hmm.
sense. I no.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I had cousins who were the Martins, and they were basketball like prodigies,
Yeah.
and they were very much known in our hometown, and they just were like really strong, very, very muscular, very the physique of what you would deem attractive back then,
Hmm.
is what they were.
Yeah.
And their mother was the same way, which was my mother's sister, was the same way. And so a lot of times my aunt would come to the house and be like, you don't need to eat that, or you don't need to do, such and such, or you should come to the Y with me and we can walk on the treadmill or something like that.
Yeah.
And my mother wouldn't say no or say stop that.
Mm.
Um, maybe, and I fear that maybe it's in hopes that I would go.
Hmm.
Um, but it other than that, it didn't come from my immediate family.
Yeah,
That
it came
I
from
would
outside sources.
It
Yeah.
came from outside sources, school. Obviously I went to public school, everybody all shapes and sizes. I was always the biggest kid. I was always, very quiet, very shy, but you do notice other children and what they look like,
Yeah.
and you think that you should look like that,
Yeah.
especially growing up in a home where everybody else was so much older than me. um School was really that place where I felt like I was not something was wrong with me
Yeah.
because I'm so much bigger than these people are. um I remember I remember breaking a desk in 8th grade.
Mm.
um But then the next week when this boy used to picked on me about it, I closed my eyes and I opened my eyes and he was also on the floor because he had broken a desk. So, he wasn't that much smaller than me, but he was
Hmm.
just small enough to start picking on me about it.
Right.
And so it was very, thank God that that happened. Um,
Yeah.
but, it's being fit never came, like, the idea of being fit never came from, at least directly, from my mother or father or brother saying be
Yeah.
fit. It kind of like just seeped in my psyche because other people around me uh were getting fit, or they were just smaller, and I noticed that.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
but I
I with dad, and again, everything I'm about to say, I have a very good relationship with my father. Love him to death.
really do.
um, but me and dad are so similar in so many ways. But one of the few ways we are dissimilar is our relationship with food. And again, my size and our athleticism. like we have very similar music interests. We're very curious people. We like to learn new things. I
Mhm.
think we're both very sociable, so we have all these similarities. But one of the things we differ on again is our relationship with food, and again that athletic fit aspect that he has that I don't. And there would be times growing up, and I know now that he was a parent looking at me and realizing I had a relationship with food that was unhealthy.
Yeah.
But he would say like, "Hey, maybe don't have that extra slice,"
Yeah.
and those kind of things, trying to encourage me to like break the habit. But as a sensitive, like
Yeah.
I,
That,
as a
but that's the
sensitive,
thing is like we know, like
right, like I again now, like I totally understand where he was coming from, and he was actually trying to help in his own way. But at the time, like being being the father figure, commenting on my
yeah.
food and my and because he's commenting about my food, he must be commenting about my size,
Yeah.
right? And
Well, the thing
so
about it is like also coming from a privilege of always being that size.
right, and he's one of those guys, like he'll be like, man, I want to drop 20 pounds, and
Yeah, do it.
he will just, oh, I'm just gonna have eggs and a salad. Like he has that discipline internally that when he wants to control his body, he
Yeah.
does. And it's something, and it's one of those things, it's like I'm in awe of it and I'm kind of jealous of it.
Yeah.
And so when he's the one who makes a comment, it's also like, oh. So, but again, in hindsight, I understand, his where he was coming from and trying to help me, because I have always had a really, I am more, I lean towards relaxation and creative
Leisure.
leisure and creative endeavors that are not physical, right?
Yeah.
I will listen to music all day, I will write, I will sit at my computer,
Mhm.
and so I understand where he was coming from. That was always kind of like the, daggone it, the the athletic one has said something that's like, oh no.
Yeah.
So I struggled with that a little bit growing up, but can I wanted to ask you, because we both have been on journeys where we have dropped significant weight,
Yeah.
and during that time we were probably both as fit or as athletic as we probably would argue that we were. Would you agree with
Yeah.
that?
Like I when I had my moment in the sun, I was playing rugby. As I had said that I'm not sporty. Um, I did play rugby for a few games,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not for me now. I understand that you have to have a certain non-regard for your body limbs in order to play
Yeah,
that game. Um,
of all the sports to get into, you got into like one of the most physical, intense.
because it's also physical touching. Um,
Ladies, gentlemen, and everybody listening, there's a reason the gays love rugby, right? There's a reason, man. There seems to be a
when
lot
you
of
get
gay rugby
into the
leagues.
techniques
Mm,
of like what you need to do to stay safe in rugby, it's a lot of like handling of
yeah,
areas that can make you want to play rugby.
right.
So yeah,
Mm,
so I was doing rugby. I was also, you know, having a great time in life and not really feeling the sadness that I've I have been known to feel most of my life.
sure.
Um, and I'd cope with that sadness through food. Um, so not having to think about that or, having other avenues to find happiness in, I was coping less and
Yeah.
eating less. Um, and and I also like I had asked somebody out and they said no, and so I was like, "Girl, let me show you how good I can look."
Mm-hmm.
Um, and did, and it was great. But but I will say, even in that, when I look at those pictures, when I got to, my lowest in my adult life, um, I was very lanky and not
Mm,
not not built in the way that I would want to be.
mm,
So if I ever, get back to something like that, I would hope that I would do. I've learned a few more other methods and whatnot that are better than just not eating and running.
sure. Right.
Yeah,
Longevity and yeah,
yeah.
sustainability. Yeah. Yeah. I just can't. I can't believe there was a point in my life where I was getting up at 5 a.m. to run. You know what I
Girl,
mean?
I was like, is this bitch about to be a marathon runner? Like, is she
Running
about to be that girl?
Spartan races.
Yes.
Like
A WW campaign person,
yeah, it's
basically.
dropping pounds and getting my little
Like,
trinkets from WW.
listen, like
Um,
every week, I was like, this motherfucker must have a sponsorship or something because you were like taking like Instagram after Instagram,
yeah, I
WW
was. There's
hashtag.
something about being in that zone. Like you hate people in that zone
Yeah.
until you figure out how to be in the zone,
Hmm.
and then you are the zone,
Right?
and then you fall outside the zone again, and you cannot figure out for the life of
How to
you
get back in.
how at fucking 35 did I find the wherewithal to run 5Ks and eat protein bars
Listen, I
and
hope I find it. I'm
I
a
and
35-year-old right now. I'm picking up.
it's like mist. I can't even capture it. Like
It's
what's
just something that happens, I think, in you because I didn't listen. I moved to DC and I wasn't like, you know what, I'm going to be fit and play rugby and do all these things. I didn't say that. I
Mhm.
said that those dudes look good. I want to be where they are. And, because they were cute and they said, oh, why don't you run with me? I was like, I'll run with you.
I'll run with you. I will chase
I'll run
you.
with you. Now, was I last every single time? Absolutely. Did they make me feel bad about it? Absolutely not. They were
No.
they were so happy that I was there.
Yeah, just
And
participating.
like it was one of those things where I didn't even realize what was going on.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I didn't realize that I was getting fit.
Right,
I
right.
thought
Yeah,
that
you were just
I was
you
just
were
doing activities.
you're just living.
Yeah.
You're just meeting people and having a good time.
I was just, oh my God, I'm so happy. Let's drink.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I haven't eaten in 2 days. Like I didn't. And
My
I'm like,
bad. My
oh
bad.
well, let me go to the Cava and get some like greens. I don't
That's
know.
right.
Let me get some water because all I've been doing is drinking straight vodka.
Vodka. Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh,
Mm.
all we do is drink shots, which are only like 60 calories
And I've been running all day,
versus
so it's
the
fine.
3,000 calories that I drink of my iced coffee.
Oh my gosh. We could have a whole episode about iced coffee. Oh my god.
Listen, I can't live without it. So we're
Tim,
homosexual.
we're homosexuals with a coffee addiction. Tim, I think we got to take a break. We'll
Of
be
course.
we'll be right back, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. You're gonna count me
And
in.
three.
So we're just gonna roll with it.
Oh!
Oh,
In
heated.
3, 2, 1.
I'm keeping all of this in. This is great. Hi,
Oh my
Tim.
God.
Hi, Tim.
Ah, we're back.
Welcome back from the break, ladies and gentlemen. It's a shit show as always.
Always.
As always.
Who told you we were professional?
Who told you? We've been doing this for weeks now, and we keep it We keep it very real as we can.
True.
Tim, so tell us, when you are trying to focus on your fitness or help hone in on that, or get in on something, what are those things that help motivate you to get fit or get in that mindset?
So not gonna lie, a lot of times, um, it will be I see somebody who looks like me who is fit. And I'm just like, dang, I could really look like that
Mm-hmm.
if I just tried. Or I will look in the mirror and be like, dang, your face is so cute. If you like, you could really do something if you just, maybe jostle around a little fat for muscle,
Mm.
and mm, just change a little bit about the abdomen area.
Okay.
Um, because I don't want to change my ass. I think that is the moneymaker. That's what we call the milkshake that brings the boys to the yard.
When you know what you got.
Yeah, you keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so I will do that. But I generally follow a couple people on social media based on not because they necessarily have the best workouts or um the best like meal preps or anything like that. I like the imperfectness about things.
Mm-hmm.
Things that I can like kind of latch on and be like, you know what? They aren't pristine and perfect about things. I can see myself doing something like that.
Mm.
So I kind of follow a couple social media people who are just normal people who are talking about fat loss or talking about, how you can do a deadlift with some tomato cans in your house.
Yeah.
Like that makes me a little bit inspired to either do that or be like, you know what, you can get up and go to the gym. Shout out Planet Fitness.
We just signed up, so we've been driving 20 minutes to UFit
Yeah,
for a year and a half,
we
2 years,
love you, Fit.
3 years. But a Planet Fitness just opened up in the shopping center near us where the Trader Joe's is at. So we got a
Really?
Trader Joe's / Planet Fitness situation.
You know what?
Yes.
Richmond is DC now, so it
Richmond
is.
is the Portland of the East Coast, according to
Wow.
nobody.
Uh, you said
Sorry.
that
I,
real smooth. I was like, really?
sorry. Yeah, so Planet Fitness, yep. I'm trying to get
All right.
motivated to go to the gym.
What makes you motivated?
So I tend to find that I have to start with my food
Mm,
and then get to the physicality of what I'm trying to do.
mhm.
Because it doesn't matter if I'm like training for a 5K or going to the gym regularly. If I'm eating poorly, I feel bad.
Yeah,
Like that never catches up to the other one. So my building block is food. So I don't tend to follow people like from like a physical or like learning how to be like physically fit. I tend to follow a lot of accounts that deal with like food options, healthy food, how to cook for yourself or
mm,
your partner, and tasty low calorie meals and that kind of stuff.
yeah,
That like kind of staying in that spin helps me stay focused, and it triggers the creative aspect of what I like about the journey
yeah.
when I want to get there. So like, how do I not like if I don't want to eat the same protein bar every day? What are other things I can do to like, that kind of stuff?
Increase your protein and stuff.
Yeah, and like, and yeah, and stay creative while trying to maintain. Um, and then the other thing, I'm stalling because I forgot what I wanted to say.
Well, yeah, I'm quite the opposite. Yeah.
Okay,
Like
okay,
I need
so
to start exercising, and that makes me literally not want to eat certain things.
okay, so if you're staying physical, you're like
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
stick away from that. Yeah, interesting.
well, I literally won't want it. Like I
Right.
just like so if I go to the gym, I won't want the frappuccino. I'll get the sugar-free iced coffee because it literally just tastes better to me for some reason.
Interesting. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
like greens and things that you should be eating just taste better. Water tastes better than like um sugary drinks.
Sure.
And then by the time I've done that, I'm actually in fear of not not eating well because the days that I don't eat well, I'll get cramps in the middle of the night because my electrolytes are off.
Yeah. 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 I
So,
my brain when it comes to my fitness and health, it literally works like a calendar. And because I'm so food driven, I've got to figure out when I'm eating and what I'm eating to stay
okay.
sane.
Yeah.
So that's why with me, it's got to start with food because I got to know, like, okay, I know that if I don't eat every so often, I'm going to get irritated. And I've
Mhm.
got to plan for what I'm eating because if I don't plan, that's when I insert anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing for dinner, we're ordering pizza. I don't know what I'm doing for lunch, we're ordering tacos, right?
Yeah.
So if I start there and I plan my meals and I plan my day, then
Mhm.
I feel in control. Because
Yes.
what is this about if not control? Right? It's like I have no control over my life. Everything sucks. I'm ordering pizza. I'm drinking all the wine. Like fuck everything. But if I feel like I'm in control, it's about I've planned my day out. I know what I'm doing. Like there's no guessing about what's coming up because I've made a plan.
Mhm.
And so those my brain is so weird, but my brain gets I insert those data points into those time slots.
Yeah.
I eat at 6 and I'm gonna have eggs. I eat at 9, I'm gonna have a protein bar. And then before then it's like, okay, so 30 minutes before I eat, I can insert a 25-minute exercise.
Mhm.
Or after my it is a pie chart in my brain, and I have to get that organized, otherwise it's all chaos.
Yeah.
Because I'm just eating and I'm eating whatever I want, and then it's like I'm too full to go for a run. I'm too bloated, and
Yeah.
then the week's gone, and I had a shitty week, and now it's Friday, and I'm podcasting with Tim, which I love, but we're drinking wine, and I'm ordering Chinese takeout, and
I
I
don't know what
do
you're talking
not
about. I'm
care.
drinking water.
Oh, Timothy, keeping up
Just
the
talking about fitness has gotten me to even
this
better.
that's that even talking about it has kept me focused. So
Sip,
yeah.
sip.
So Tim, what frustrates you about the concept of fitness and athleticism? Because again, you and I circle around some of these topics because they're parallel to each other,
Yeah.
or they're in the same Venn diagram. When we talk about food and our weight and
Yes.
fitness, like they're all connected. The mindset, the athleticism, the food,
I
it's
mean,
all
it
part.
mean it's a life. Like we are talking about our lives, and so sometimes you're gonna get the same words because
Yeah,
it all connects.
it's all part of the same thing.
You may get the same story that is connected to weight and is connected to parents and is connected to being a
Yeah.
child, being.
We're having this podcast, and my partner is at the gym right now.
Yeah.
And before he left today, he's like, "Are you coming with me?" And I said, "I got a podcast in 90 minutes. I got a plan for it. I got to do stuff. But again, it's like it's life. It's you make time for what's important for you,
Yeah. See,
and
I am not a night person when it comes to working out. If you want me to do it, I got to do it when I first get up.
same thing.
I'm not.
When it works for me, I'm up in the morning and it's the first thing I do because I
Yeah,
will not be doing it after 8 hours
yeah,
of
because
work.
my body says, guess what? You've done your day,
Exactly.
and that's all I'm giving you. My brain is like, so bed, couch, TV.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, because you don't have the mental. And again, I know this is me and you, but other people obviously work when they want to. But for me, it's the mentality. It's like I do not have the mental fortitude to hold myself to that standard
Exactly.
after dealing with an 8-hour workday
Mm-mm.
and interacting with other people. And we'll get to this in my what I'm grateful for, but yeah, it drains you. And by 4:35, 6 o'clock, it's like now you're gonna go do a
Now,
very intense workout.
now I'm gonna take an hour and walk on the treadmill or run or elliptical or
When
weight
you're
train.
anything that gets in front of my wine time between 5 and 8 p.m. is a problem now. I
I mean,
almost
it's an issue.
it's an issue. So I agree. No, I'm a morning person too. If I'm gonna get something done that's important to me
I
and I'm
just
trying.
have more discipline in the morning. I
Yeah,
guess my tired brain will allow me to do whatever I tell it to,
right.
like in
Right.
the morning.
You've reset. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and because of that, I have found that that's why I begin with my working out.
Yeah.
Then it after I work out in the morning, first thing, I go to work and I'm like, all I want is like some coffee, or all I want is, a salad because whatever.
Yeah.
And I get home and I'm like, well, let me just put on this like little bitty boiled whatever and ingest this real quick before I go to my shows.
Because you started your day there, right?
Yeah.
You
And I
started it
know that I have
there.
to get up extra early to do that again.
Right.
So I'm going to bed earlier and I'm not eating in the middle of the night. Like so like that's why working out starts my things.
Yeah.
But yeah, what frustrates me about work fitness is that it's a never-ending process. You're
Yeah.
never going to you're never going to get to your ideal place and be like, all right, I cannot do anything else because it needs to be maintained. Usually by the ways that you get to however you got there.
Right.
And that's a lot of the times like we do these like fast diets and fast losing weight. Like we lose weight really, really quickly, but we have to maintain that in order to maintain the weight loss or maintain the fitness, whatever result that you have. Lifting, if you're lifting weights to gain all this muscle, guess what? You're going to have to lift heavier and heavier and heavier to keep that muscle.
Right.
Otherwise, it's going away. That's frustrating to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, so you mean to tell me I got to do this I've got to run 2 miles a day for the rest of my life
Right.
in order to stay at a place where I can, buy and use a 1X shirt? Because let's face it, I'm too tall, I'm too broad of shoulders to ever get down to smalls and mediums and shit. And I don't
And,
want to.
and what is size in
Yeah,
that case too, right? Because you're also a very tall person, taller than
yeah.
most, right?
I'm
So
6'4" and, drink that in.
that's
But
right. 6'4", I'm proud, bitch.
yes, I mean, the glow from up here is wonderful.
The air quality is so much better up here.
It's
Than what you
in.
bitches are breathing in.
Y'all, y'all breathing World War II air.
No, baby, way up here. Woo!
That's why I'm always hot. Heat
Oh my god.
rises. But like,
Tim, I hate to do this, but we gotta take another break.
all right,
All right, we'll be right back, guys.
bye. I'm so spent.
Bye. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Very nice, Tim. So we're wrapping up this week's show.
Oh my God, do you remember that time that Derek asked me? He was like, "What is the highest note that you can sing?" And I was just like I just jumped it
And
out
you just
this.
found out, and Derek's like,
He was like, "Not that one."
oh. Thank you for doing that.
That was a good time.
Oh, Derek.
I
Hey,
thought
D
about that.
Train. How's it going, D
Hi,
Train?
Derek.
So Tim, you got a shout out for anybody this week?
Why, yes, I do. So I have a shout out. It is Robin.
Robin.
On TikTok. She actually is one of our friends.
Hello, Robin.
We love her. She's on TikTok. It's Dark Horse One. And she commented, and I love her so much. She's just a fun person. So I really appreciate her. So shout out Robin.
Robin is great people. Actually, Robin has spent many a Christmas, many a dinner over at my family's house. Her and my sister Sarah are good friends, and she's always been a great friend to Sarah. And so I will always love Robin. So Robin, if you're hearing this, mwah, thank you.
Yes, and also happy belated birthday, Sarah. I love you so
Happy
much.
belated birthday, Sarah. My Sarah and I are like 2.5 years apart, but I call her my twin because
Basically.
yeah, happy birthday, baby sis. You're the best.
Mhm.
Hope you're having fun. Yeah. Tim, what's making you live this week?
Well, so in not to sound vain or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
I am making me live this week. Um,
Ooh.
I've had to make a lot of adult decisions in the past like 28 hours. I meant to say 28. And they are putting me on a path that is better than where I've been in the past month, but they were hard decisions to make, and
Yeah.
very proud of myself that I could um kind of come out of my little shy shell and do what needed to be done. So,
Amen.
nothing for me. What about you?
What's making me live this week is my coworkers.
Mm,
And I'm gonna dance around this a little bit because I don't want to I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I will say, Tim, me and you have different philosophies when it comes to the level of interaction and input we have with our coworkers. I think
mhm,
it's fair to say. Um, I don't think either one is right or wrong. It's just how we both choose to interact with the people we spend time with at our profession. But for me, I'm one of those people where it's like my mentality, because I'm a social person and I like to be liked. But also, if I've got to spend 40 plus hours with you, I
mhm,
also have a mentality like I need to like know who you are and like try to like you as a person,
mhm.
because when we struggle and when we have interactions that are less than positive, it helps me to remember that you're a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We're all human and we're struggling. We're just trying to get through the day. So when I know somebody on a more personal level than just professional, it helps me manage those expectations and how you deal with things at work. So I tend to be more personable with people at work. And I've got to say this week was very tough uh for multiple reasons. And things happen and work can't always be great, and just had a rough time this week. But I'm so grateful that I work with the team that I have,
Mm,
because if I didn't have these people that I respect and generally care about, it would be harder to deal with times that are when you struggle and an uphill battle, and you're trying to solve a problem and people have different opinions and you're just trying to get there, and that can be very frustrating. but I have a team that I work with every day that is just awesome, and they're professional, uh, and they know what they're doing. They're very, very knowledgeable in their fields, and it makes it easier to get through those tough times because they know what they're doing. I respect them; they respect me, and we can put one foot in front of the other and move forward. So, although it was a very trying week, I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anybody else because these people are great. So, without saying anything specific to those people, some who might be listening to this, thank you so much. And you guys are the best.
Shout
And
out to y'all.
shout out to you. Thank you so much.
I have the privilege of knowing, or hearing about these people, and
Yeah.
sound lovely every time you speak of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna talk about how you just tried me. Um,
No, no, that was not, that was not,
it is what it
no,
is. It is what
no.
we're doing. It's fine. You've done it.
We,
I,
that's a great
and
topic. Maybe one day, maybe one topic show we'll talk about our
how you shame
professional
me on
professional
a regular basis.
shame you.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, so as we wrap up,
You already
everybody,
know you want me dead after this season. So.
wait, what? Want you dead after
Ned,
this season?
Ned
Oh,
Stark.
Ned Stark. Oh my
I was about to
god.
say Ned Flanders. I
Ned
was like, not The
Flanders.
Simpsons. Like,
Y'all, this is a shit show. We're we're just trying to get through this. Oh my god, Tim, you're my favorite.
we're not
Um,
fit, and we know we're not. Um, if you want to take our advice, you can drink your water, mind your business, lotion up.
yeah,
Um,
write in and tell us how you stay motivated or what fitness means to you. You can always let us know at wearecubandchub@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
yes, that's we are covenchub@gmail.com.
Boop, boop, boop. You can find us everywhere that you wish your exes would know that you're watching them, but you don't want them to know you're watching them, but you wish that they would pay attention. Any of those platforms, you can find us at Cub and Chub. Tim has feelings. I was
I'm
trying
trying to follow.
I was trying to riff. I
follow.
was trying to riff on something and it didn't work out, but we'll just let it flow.
I was just gonna talk about my actual life and be like, you can follow us on anything you don't want your ex to follow you on because they always come up in your DMs.
They always come up in your DMs at Cub and Chub. So thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Me and Tim will see you next week. Thank you so much for listening again. Okay, guys?
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye, guys.